Hello everyone, my name is Arindam and in this video I want to talk about Megalosauruses and their utility in boss fights. So in general, if you are going to do any boss fights, you would generally take Rexes, Therizinos, Shadowmanes, and for some specialized cases you would also take dinos like the Deinonychus and say even the Megatherium and even Spinos. But unfortunately, Megalosauruses, which happen to be the second strongest theropod dinosaur after a Giga, get overlooked and ignored. This is because of how Megalosaurus' AI behaves. So, there is a bug in the AI in which if a Megalosaurus, which is unridden and tamed, tries to attack a wild dino, it will most of the time use its grab attack, which will do a very minimal amount of damage, and thus the whole point of Megalosaurus being the second most powerful theropod is completely negated. But I want to still see how good these Megalosauruses, which I had raised long back over 2 years ago in my Aberration map, how good these Megalosaurus actually fare against the island bosses which are found on Fjordur. So in this video, I will show you how a 19 strong Aberrant Megalosaur army fare against the alpha versions of Broodmother, Megapithecus, and the dragon. These aberrant megalos, I had initially tamed them and bred them and I had mutated them several times. So they are actually the dinos having the highest number of mutations that I've ever made. It's not actually 10 plus 10, 20 mutations because I was not a very expert breeder at that time and I did not have concept of how these mutations actually work properly, so they are actually far less than the 10 plus 10 20 mutations that you see here. But even then I have been able to max level them, put the exact same saddle on them, and I got them to the exact same stats which you can see there. For all intent and purposes, at night, a Megalosaurus, if ridden, is far superior to a Rex, Therizino, or Shadowman. In fact, they're significantly better. There are videos on YouTube in which you can actually see that a level 1 Megalosaurus at night has been able to defeat a level 50 Rex. And there is also a very nice video done by a YouTuber who's I'm going to put that link down in the description, and that person has shown how Megalosauruses can be effectively used in different boss fights. But hey, that was it for the intro. Let me now show you the boss fights and I'll try to make the boss fights as concise as possible. So thank you and start watching. So that was the Alpha Broodmother. You can see how easy it was to use Megalosauruses with them. They barely took any damage. I would say that if you are using them correctly, they are second only to Shadow Mains in ease of use. Okay, so against the Alpha Dragon, these guys took a lot of beating. The biggest problem I faced in the boss fight was that both Uranus, Rex, and even my Therizino were having a really hard time to actually combat the Dimorphodon swarms, which otherwise I would have not faced a problem if I were using a Deinonychus, as I had previously done. But the real goal was to see how good Megalosauruses are, and they are pretty good. These dinos are actually pretty powerful, but the key thing to note is Megalosauruses, because of their low drag weight, can actually ensure the shadow, like just like the shadow mains, they will not be aggroed too much by the dragon, and they can also box the dragon in. Of course, this strategy will not work on the Fenry Sulfur, but I just wanted to see how Megalosaurus actually work against the typical three bosses from the island, and they are pretty successful. So yeah, this was not really a guide per se, but more like a demonstration, and I hope you enjoyed it because we don't have a really lot of representation of Megalosaurus on YouTube, and I hope to see you in the next video.